Hi everyone. So today I'm going to be focusing on episode 2 of the BBC Africa documentary that was done on TB Joshua. And we're told that this investigation has taken over 2 years. Remember that I covered episode 1 a couple of days ago. Episode 2 is titled Disciples, the Cult of TB Joshua, Unmasking Our Father. So let's get right into it.
Could you tell me a little bit about the fear about speaking out?
It was so hard to come out because when I
You find yourself doing prostitution, you find yourself fornicating, you find yourself doing every evil thing.
He created narratives about all of us. Well, this one's come, they've got a problem with men. Promiscuous.
In the church, how long must be delivered? Out!
I was a virgin, so I didn't understand what this last thing was all about.
It was the worst decision I've ever made going there. I will never experience fear like it, ever.
Everybody wanted to know how he got his power, but the story was just like vapor.
There's a witch doctor here. You are not a pastor, but you call yourself pastor. So you use evil power.
The world needs to be awakened to the truth of who TB Joshua was.
My dad, he had fear. He had fear, constant fear. He was very afraid that someone would speak up, turn around and make him.
Okay, so this is the part I really wanted to get into. So in this part of the documentary,
Answer to those things that he had done.
we're introduced to Ajoke. So Ajoke is presumably TB Joshua's daughter, but there's no evidence in this particular episode that she's in fact his daughter. Is she his biological daughter, or is she an adopted daughter? Is there any DNA evidence to prove that she's his daughter? Let's keep watching.
All is in my mind is, where is he now? Has he eaten? Has he taken his bath? Is his shower ready? You have to be there in his privacy. If I can use the word even to the nudity, you see everything. When Tim Joshua needs to go to toilet, two of us has to be there in the toilet. He would remove his underwear to his knee level. Then we bring it down. We don't allow him to bend down.
So, this young man is saying that even when TB Joshua wants to take a dump, they accompany him to do his business, and they even help him to pull his. I don't know what to make of that. I don't know. I really don't know what to make of that. Let's keep watching.
There was a lot of strange things behind closed doors. His underwears, he wears white. Most times he pours this honey. He will pour it inside his pants, inside his underwear. He will pour it there. When he pours this honey there, he wears the underwear. And I was like, what's the significance of this? Why is he doing this? There's a witch doctor here.
And an occult wizard, herbalists. People think the prayer mountain is where to go and pray, but there is more to that. there is more to that. The 16 years I spent there, we are the prayer warrior, which is the powerhouse of the ministry. I happen to be the leader. It will give you different assignments. There was one day TB Joshua came to the mountain. They caught one fish alive, very big. So in my presence, TB Joshua caught his beard, cut part of the hair in his private part. He poured those things in the mouth of that fish. Say we should take it back to the river and drop it. That was how they start multiplying. When they lay egg, they lay thousands of eggs. It's secretive. If we are talking about spiritual power, either it's Satan or it's God.
So I don't know. I don't really know what to make of what Akewi just told us. But is leading us to believe that TB Joshua was a very powerful man. He doesn't know whether he got his power from Satan or from God, and gave us the story about fish multiplying after he put his beard in the fish's mouth. Again, I don't know what to make of that story. I'm not saying it's not true, but still no evidence. Where's the evidence? Let's keep watching.
I see you as a harlot.
He always painted and shamed women for being harlots and having the spirit of lust.
In the church, harlot must be delivered.
Every woman had lust. Every female was struggling from the spirit of lust.
That spirit of immorality, out!
He created narratives about all of us. Oh, you know, this one's come, they've got a problem with men. Promiscuous.
He would tell me, look at the way you are looking. You are not even concentrating. You are not doing this. It's the spirit of lust. You want to masturbate every time you are alone.
So it seems like there's a theme that they're saying that almost any problem that women come to him with is either harlotry or lust or any other kind of immorality going on is the answer or is the root of their problem, and it's probably not anything else. So that's weird to me. That's weird because there's so many problems in this world. To just identify that, okay, somebody's come to you with a problem and it's in that direction, I find that quite weird. But let's keep watching.
And I want to help you. I can help you.
There is a lady there, you are a prostitute. It has become a professional job for you. Prostitute?
He got me to write down that I am a prostitute from Namibia 400 times. And then
Okay, so my question is, why did you write it 400 times? If you know you're not a prostitute from Namibia, why did you write it 400 times? Why?
I signed on camera that it is me, Jessica, signing. I'm a prostitute from Namibia 400 times.
This urge.
Yes,
No
yes.
man can satisfy you.
It's true, man of God.
Huh?
It's true, man of God.
The repetition, last in the morning, afternoon, evening, you are sleeping because last, anything you do last. I started believing that maybe I have it. I was a very...
They go up and they come down, they go up, they come down, and I often used to think to myself, why doesn't he call me? I need to try harder.
There is no.
So is it that they were competing for this man's affection? They were competing for them to be chosen to go and see him? Let's keep watching.
No way you will know who TB Joshua is if you don't live with him. We happen to sleep in a bathroom. We have to sleep on the floor. A little space there where we have his towels being hanged. That's where we lie on the floor, on bare tiles. At a particular time in the middle of the night, he just asks us to go to our room to go sleep. He would put us in the room next door. He would lock the door. Next thing we hear from inside the room is,
So these are the 5-story brothers. These are the guys that were entrusted with TB Joshua's life. This is one of the 5 guys. The other guy who spoke with glasses, and then him. He's telling us that they used to sleep in the next door, next to TB Joshua's room. Let's continue with him.
he turns on the TV set loud, very, very loud.
Loose me, Lord, from all relationships of the flesh.
I was curious, why? Why is Daddy locking us outside? I was curious. So I had to peep under this door. When I peeped under the door, I saw a certain lady's foot there. She knelt down close to the long chair. Then I realized that something was happening there. Some activities was going on. It's as if something sexual was happening here. I knew that.
So he can't see it. He's assuming that something sexual was going on in the room. He saw a lady there. But without any footage, it's hard to say. And he didn't actually eyewitness this as well. So it's actually hard to say. But let's just possibly agree that there was something untoward going on in that room. But there's no evidence to prove it.
That the wife was not around. His wife doesn't have access to his room. He made us believe that his wife is always sent to tempt him. A lot of thoughts were going through my mind. It's just like that is trying to cover up something.
So why wasn't his wife given access to that room? That's a bit worrying. Why not?
I'd be climbing on my bunk bed, exhausted, absolutely exhausted. And you'd get a tap, Daddy's calling you, Daddy's calling you. Oh, I want you to come up. I want you to come and see me.
One night they phoned and he was like, you know, you did so well today. And he said, okay, come up, bring your Bible, and let us look at your Bible notes with you. This is like early hours of the morning, 3, 4, 5. You were so knackered. This is on 2 hours of sleep from the night before.
The room was like a sanctuary. The carpet was so soft, really thick carpet. It was luxurious, had big bellowing curtains.
He'd got his shirt like off and his shorts on, sitting down on his chaise longue. He said, okay, can I read some of my notes?
He'd beckon me over and I would kneel beside the chaise longue.
He was like, how am I and how's things, and you know he loves me very much, and how God's gonna super use me.
You're so good at preaching. Don't ever leave me. Don't ever leave me. No, Daddy. No, I won't.
He told the lads that were in his bathroom that they should sleep. He stood up and he locked the doors and he switched the lights down. He said to me, can you take your pajama bottoms off? And I just was like a robot. I just was like, oh yes sir. And like a parrot, like exactly what I did for every other instruction that he'd given me. Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. Like a freaking robot, you know? Yes sir.
So was this mind control, or because of how she held him, according to her story, because of she held him in such a high regard that anything he told her to do, she was literally going to do it. That's what I'm getting from her account of this particular story. Yeah, this is a sad watch. This particular part of this documentary, this part of this episode 2.
So I've come the pajama pants.
He would come towards me, and then he'd wrap his leg around the back of my legs and lower me like a plank onto the carpet.
He lowered me like on my back to the floor. He started sticking his tongue like in my ear. It was this ear first, and then he went into that ear, and I remember lying there.
Yeah, that's assault. That's sexual harassment, assault. From what she's saying, yeah. From her account, yeah, these are terrible things, terrible allegations. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to make of it, if I'm honest. But let's keep watching.
Like a piece of wood. I'm thinking, what the hell is he doing? It's disgusting. Like, it's disgusting. What? Like, and I totally froze. I just panicked. Like, I went into complete panic.
Well, this is very possible. A lot of people have also complained or given accounts similar to this, especially from somebody with authority, CEOs, anyone powerful that is in this kind of position. This can happen, and this has happened from other people's accounts. So this story is believable to me. This particular story is actually believable.
He was grinding and sticking his fingers in his tongue in my ear, and I'm lying there, and then like within 5 minutes he's basically done his business and like masturbated on me basically. Gets up and says to me, "Okay, you can go."
So this is another part I want to cover in this documentary before I put this video to a close. Is about his daughter Ajoke, and let's keep watching.
About love and about mercy, they felt very strange coming from his lips. I stared myself in the mirror a lot of the times, and maybe I do look like him, maybe. For as long as I can remember, I have been raised as TB Joshua's daughter.
I knew the child, Ajoke.
So listen to what she said. So as long as I can remember, I was raised as TB Joshua's daughter. But does that mean that she's TB Joshua's daughter? Could she be an adopted daughter? Is she a biological daughter? What's the relationship between Ajoke and TB Joshua? Let's keep watching.
Okay, right from birth.
She's his actual daughter, his biological daughter, with another woman outside of wedlock.
So is there any evidence to corroborate that? Is there any DNA evidence? The man is not here with us anymore. So this documentary. So my question is, where is the mom? If the mom is alive, if Ajoke's mom is alive, it would have been great if she could have come on this documentary. Or she was interviewed to say, yes, I gave birth to Ajoke out of wedlock for TB Joshua, and she was raised in the church, and and basically corroborate what Ajoke and the other disciples are saying. So for me, I'm going to wrap this up now. So episode 2 gave us more accounts. We got to hear from Ajoke. We got to hear about her treatment in the church. We got to hear more about the treatment and the sexual acts that happened in the church by TB Joshua according to the disciples. And we heard more in graphic detail, unfortunately, about the crimes and the acts that did happen in the church, but there wasn't any evidence that he could show us in terms of video evidence, or even something to corroborate that Ajoke was his daughter or is his daughter, as the case may be. So for me, there's more in this particular episode, but I'm still not sold. It's either near or there is the point I'm making. So some people watch this and say they don't believe it. Some will say they believe it. Now, with the accounts that I have watched so far, it's believable. It is believable. But without evidence, it's hard for me to say conclusively they should go and close the church down, which still exists. They should raid them, and the full weight of the law should be applied to this church and the existing disciples that are there. So for me, I'm going to leave it at that. Like I said earlier, if you're new to this channel, please like this video, please share this video, please comment down below, and please subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.